Hello everyone, it is a Strategy Gamer back again with a new video. Today will be the first in a long series on Every Click Explained, a Hearts of Iron tutorial. Essentially what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to start a campaign on Italy, and every time I click, I hope I catch myself, I will be explaining what I'm doing and why it's important. I think Italy is a great nation to start because it has multiple options, and just reading the lay of the land can tell you a lot of things. For the most part, I'm going to play as like a historically accurate campaign, but with Italy going a little bit off the rails. If I can make Rome, that'd be awesome. If I can't, so be it. Not every campaign works out. But so my goal with this is for those of you who want to learn to play the game, this should explain to you kind of like the madness, the method behind the madness. Watching someone play is one thing, but having them explain to you and why what they're doing impacts the game and affects what happens in the world, I think is incredibly important. So we're going to set up this game. We're going to do a single player. We're going to do a new game. You should almost always be starting here. January 1st, 1936, Italy. Historical AI is on. Regular difficulty. I'll turn on Iron Man. But I'll tell you now, if I get achievements, don't be shocked. I don't play Iron Man. I'm just doing it so you guys know I don't cheat. If things go wrong, so be it. Because here we go. All right. This first video is going to be everything you will do before unpausing the game. So you'll notice that we're at 12 o'clock noon, January 1st, 1936. It will still be there when we finish this video. All right, first thing first, start with our national focus. You should essentially be picking out what you want to start your country out as. With Italy, it's Ethiopian war logistics. Why? It improves the infrastructure. It gives naval bases and essentially make sure that we can support a larger army for our initial war against Ethiopia. If you're not aware of this, Italy starts out at war with Ethiopia, and the entire goal is to conquer Ethiopia. So what are we gonna do to have that happen? Well, let's first, after doing our national focus, let's get our industry. You'll want to go to engineering and get electrical mechanical engineering. What I'm about to do is show you the holy grail or holy trinity of starting the game off, and that is speeding up research, and then two things of industry, because that's all you can afford. If I could do concentrated industry, I would have done that as well, but I can't. And then let's take a look. I kind of forgot what the tree is, what type they have. Yeah, okay, I'll probably get fighters as well. Gonna want these. So what I'm doing essentially is I'm setting up what the next half year is gonna look like, which is speeding up researching, getting better industry, and getting better fighters. Next, let's get our civilian factories. I'm gonna do some early wars, and so I'm not gonna be too worried about getting civilian factories early because I'm going to war early. I think what I'll do is go to war with France and Yugoslavia. And if I can win those without dragging the United Kingdom into the wars, I will be in a very good spot. Eventually, I'll want to conquer the United Kingdom and Ireland. I'll want to take Spain. I'll want all of Africa, if I can. Yugoslavia, Albania, and Greece. If I can do all of that, I should be able to form Rome. I'll also need Turkey, apparently, but I can get that done. But essentially, my goal here is I want to form Rome and bring it back. I want to have Mussolini's wet dream. So to do that, I need to go to war early, and I need to essentially what I want to do is get land and factories for myself before world tension, which is essentially the block before the Allies can really get chugging, gets worked up. Once this is above 50%, I think that's when the United Kingdom can start guaranteeing countries. I'm not sure if Air National Focus, if this will say it. Yeah, it doesn't. But as long as this stays low enough and I stay ahead of the curve, I could get a pretty solid factory base so that when I do go to war with the bigger countries, I'm ready for it. For those of you who don't know, France, it doesn't count as a bigger country. They are here to be conquered. But all right, let's get some factories built. So I'm going to build, essentially what I'm going to build is I want military factories and where I can build the fastest, which you'll notice it says 80%, 80%, 80%. Yeah, that's just an 80% bonus to building speed. I'm going to build there. Three to start, we'll get more eventually. I'm also going to need more guns, for sure. I'm going to need a little bit of support equipment. I'm just keeping one tank on for resupplying the tanks that will be in Ethiopia, but eventually I'm going to stop building those because I'm not going to use tanks this campaign. We'll get to that later. Definitely gonna want a little bit of trucks. What is this? Is this close air support? Yeah. Okay, we'll get some close air support. We'll get some fighters in there as well. Why is there two types of war fighters? Game. I mean, this one's better, so I guess we'll build this one. Let's see, what else am I going to need? I probably will want naval bombers, but no, I think I have enough. I'll notice how much I have later. But right now, again, before the game's even paused, I'm just trying to get my industry right. I know what I need. I need one factory on trains, because trains let me supply my people. And I need a little bit of artillery. Why do I need artillery? I'm gonna eventually be going down the superior firepower doctrine, and to do that, I want to have some soft attack. More on that later in the game. Alright, is there any decisions I can take? So this is the other decisions thing. I don't see any decisions I want to take right now. In fact, I'm going to turn off a few. Don't care about that. Will not be using that. Probably will not get to a point where I need that. I have good war support. So next, let's see. I think I've done everything I need to do in the home country. So let's go check out Ethiopia. So right now we got 14 divisions to the north and 4 divisions to the south. Classic. What I'm going to do is set up essentially 2 armies. A northern army and a southern army, kind of like how they have it split here. But they're going to serve different purposes. Okay. These guys. So what I just do? Sorry, I'm already catching myself. I just assigned these divisions right here to this general. Why do you do that? Well, generals give you certain bonuses. This guy gives you 10% attack, 7.5% defense, 10% planning speed, 4% max planning, but also supply consumption reduction. That's awesome. That's great. What I want to do is, now that they're assigned to a general, you click this button here called the frontline button, and you just give them a front line. That means that naturally, the AI and the way this game is coded will space all the divisions in this guy's army along that line, right? With this guy, I'll do the same thing. You'll notice that I have exactly as many divisions as there are provinces, which means I'm going to need more if I want to make pushes. I also then assign these 2 generals to a field marshal. Why field marshal? Field marshal gives bonuses to generals, generals give bonuses to your divisions, and divisions fight your wars. Makes sense, right? Right? This button here, unassigned divisions. These are divisions without generals. Every division in the game should have a general. Plain and simple. I'm going to send these 4 mountain divisions to the northern army. And I'm going to control left click to assign them there. Why to the northern army? Because the northern army has to fight through mountains. And mountains suck to fight through, and so using specialized divisions for that will be really helpful. For the southern army, I'm going to assign our 3 tank divisions. If you're wondering how I selected just these 3, just double click on one of these when you click unassigned divisions. Shift click unassigned divisions, double click one of these, it'll only select those. Speeds things up. Alright, I'm sending to the south. Why? Because the south is fighting in plains and hills, and tanks do great in plains and hills. I'll also assign these 2 cavalry divisions.
Si, signore.
And then the rest of these divisions will be
Pronto.
the home theater, essentially. I don't really need troops in Africa because I'm not
Attento.
going to be fighting Africa yet. Eventually I will be, though, when I take on France. Alright, I'll just give you guys a random general, and you guys can just come home and guard some ports. What I just did is I clicked this little flag with a shield called Area Defense, and I turned off everything except for guard naval bases, and I'm sending them home to, you guessed it, guard the naval bases. Why? Because I don't have a use for them yet, and I don't want to worry about them. Alright? So that assigns all the armies. You'll notice that this little, let's call it teal army, has a line drawn this way. That's an offensive line. That allows them to get a planning bonus. The planning bonus essentially is a bonus to attacking, whereas entrenchment is a bonus to defending. I give every army that is going to be in combat an offensive line, just so that they can get combat bonuses. Combat bonuses just help a lot, because it's a lot harder to attack than it is to defend. Alright, next up we are going to look at the Navy, and the Navy is a hot mess, and we're not going to completely fix it till later. So what I'm going to do, though, so I can see what it all looks like together, is select all these, which I'm shift-clicking all these, put them into one naval task force, and just merge them together. They will all go somewhere. If I had to guess, they're probably going to all meet in this port here. Once they're together, in the next video, I'll split them up and put them into task force that I personally want, based off my experience in the game. Okay? Next up, we're going to look at the planes. And we have a lot of planes to start, which is nice. Planes win wars. If you've seen my tutorial series, you should know that I believe planes wins wars. So, we got, I don't know why there's naval bombers here. It's not like Ethiopia has a fleet. Maybe later in the war you need it, but alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those naval bombers and tell them to go away. Then, let's see, that'll give us 72. That's math. 72 of 600 planes that can fit there. So I can essentially fit 500 and then a little some more planes there. So I'm going to take all of these guys and tell them by shift clicking again. Shift click just means you click. Shift click is basically click and click, meaning I click those and I click another ones without unclicking everything else. I'm going to take those, send them down here, and what they'll do is I'm going to, before they're even there, air superiority, close air support. If you're wondering what all these buttons do, go back and watch my air video. But essentially, I'm telling all of these planes here, you guys are gonna go to work over Ethiopia. Once the offensive starts, the bombers will take off and bomb the enemy. The planes will just have air superiority the whole time. Air superiority is great because it slows down the enemy and allows your troops to move basically unharassed. If you're fighting somewhere where you don't have air superiority, you're in trouble because the way the game portrays it is you're not going to directly lose troops, but it's going to be a lot harder for them to fight. Let's see, and I think that's about all we need to do. It says I have some planes with no air missions. I'm just going to move them together. I just think it's smarter that way. And so what we'll do in the next video is unpause and play probably for a month or two, maybe enough to finish the campaign in Ethiopia, depending how long it takes for things to get there. But this is all the things you do before the war even starts. In fact, I might do a few more things. Let's buy some rubber. Essentially, I'm trading. I'm getting some rubber for a civilian factory, and I'm not going to ally myself to the Germans. I don't think so. We can get a little bit of oil from the Soviets as well. And that's just to make sure that we have all the resources we need to build up our industry and to have a few wars. If you like this video, you like this series, let me know and leave a comment down below, especially like and subscribe. It lets me know that people are interested in me continuing this. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next video when I unpause the game.